Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Pass Club. Today, we're going to be talking about this past weekend in college football, an epic collapse, an all-time collapse from South Carolina. We're going to get really into that. I have some opinions on that. So do the other two guys here. We're going to recap NFL, which was a pretty crazy weekend of that as well. Get into Sport Court, go to our good boys, look ahead to next week's college football slate, get into some college football playoff hypotheticals there, and then wrap it all up with the iconic Blurby Derby. Thank you for listening, by the way. Let's do it.
Welcome to the Pass Club. 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 Pass Club. The Pass Club. The Pass Club.
Well.
There was a game this weekend.
There was a game this weekend.
It was a big game. They're 9-2 now. After this upcoming weekend, they'll be 9-2, and they happen to have the best record in their conference. And you would think I'm sad about the Bama game, but I'm really happy about my Denver Broncos. But I am sad about Alabama as well. Anywho, let's address the elephant in the room. Alabama has probably the worst special teams in the country, and they lost a game because of it.
Yeah.
Was it the high snap? Are you blaming the high snap?
No, I'm blaming Ryan Williams and our kicker. But
What do
more
you
to come
think
on
happened
that.
to Ryan Williams? What do you, like, really? What?
It's weird. It's a weird phenomenon because going into this season, you know, it's Jeremiah Smith and then it's Ryan Williams. Like everybody knows Jeremiah Smith is the best coming off of his freshman year. And then Ryan Williams had a hell of a freshman year. But we know that Jeremiah Smith's a little bit better. And Bama fans even know that. Any college football fan could tell you that. And then Cam Coleman of Auburn, he's probably right there below Ryan. But without a question, Ryan Williams he's missing. He's right there with B. John Robinson, who I think might have been found this weekend.
He found himself this weekend. He did well.
He
found
his mojo.
But wow, it's one thing to be dropping the balls, but he's fumbling the ball too now, and there's a lot of concern there. You know, football has so much psychology in it that
it's
just
super
doesn't.
interesting. Yeah, and it's super interesting in today's day and age where you get all these brand deals in the off season. So yeah, you drop a ball, and then you get a commercial of you doing Subway stuff or whatever it is. It's just super odd to see like these people get signed to deals after a pretty good year, and then like you said, Elkin's missing.
There's legitimately a meet and greet at the Dick's Sporting Goods of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where you can meet Ryan Williams. First 300 visitors get a poster. That's a real thing. It's happening this week, and he's shown what for that. So
I have a question. Are the drops? Can we pin the drops on the rugby balls? I'm sure you've seen that video, Elkins, where y'all's coaches had y'all's guys catching rugby balls instead of actual footballs. So let's elaborate on that.
We've got guys with great hands. Yeah. We have guys with great hands. Some of the best hands in the nation. Isaiah Horton, he's really good. He's going to catch. There's no 50-50 balls with Horton. There's nothing wrong with Bernard.
Some great hands.
Okay.
Real soft, no calluses, just great hands.
Yeah.
Them city boy hands right there.
Yeah, them city boy hands.
I don't know. I think maybe we need to switch the rugby ball to maybe some water balloons. Like,
well, that could work.
That's a good drill. I've seen Julio Jones do that. Like catch water balloons.
Why do people? I don't understand. I guess it's like the dodgeball movie quote. You know, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I just don't understand why coaches, their first instinct is to be like, how can we remove ourselves from the sport to train for the sport?
I'm a fan of the good old fashioned stand in front of the jug machine and just catch 100 balls until you can't catch a ball anymore. Like,
I'm not
That
throwing
should work.
I'm not throwing a wrench at you on Sundays.
Yeah,
You know?
it's like-
I'm not throwing a rugby ball to you on Saturdays.
Yeah, you've seen it all, really. I mean, rugby balls is honestly nude, but
Well, I mean, I've
tennis
seen
balls, all
Yeah, I
sorts of shit.
I've seen rugby balls in the NFL. Like I get the concept of it because it is a bigger ball, but at the end of the day, if it's a bigger ball, then that means your hands have to be spread out just that little bit more, which could lead to the drops. Who knows? So
He's
how about
actually
we
got
just-
a point there.
Yeah, I mean, how about we just put football back in football and let rugby be rugby, and we let football be football.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really thought about the rugby balls, to be honest with you, but it's an very interesting.
Leave it to a Georgia fan to
perspective.
analyze someone else's team so heavily.
Dude, he brought up the drops, and I remembered that video in the back of my head, and I was like, dude, I have to ask him about this.
Now,
But-
how often would you how much percentage of your time do you spend looking at media that concerns other people's teams versus yours? Because I feel like you're well
just whatever
versed on
pops up in my X the everything app. Whatever X is the everything app, and I have a multitude of sports related posts that I get fed, right? Whether that be from Ole Miss fans absolutely dogging a bunch of Florida fans for going to a high school football game and calling them weird and creepy for going to a high school football game, which the context behind it could slightly be a little creepy, but they still went to a high school football game.
What's the context of it behind it?
Okay.
then?
So Lane Kiffin and I think Theo Vaughn were at this high school football. It's in Ole Miss. It's in Oxford, right? Some Florida fans went to Oxford for the game, got there Friday. It's like, you know what? There's not shit to do in Oxford except go drink. And, we're a bunch of old guys. We're not going to go drink with the college kids. Let's go catch a high school football game. Now, was Lane Kiffin's son playing on this team? Potentially. Is Florida trying to poach Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss? Potentially. So I can see why the Ole Miss fans, would be a little up in
I don't
arms.
see any problem with that.
I don't see any problem with it either. We love high school football. Football is football. And if you got a chance to watch more football, why not watch more football?
Why would you not take it? Yeah.
Exactly. Now, again, I see why, if Lane was there, the Ole Miss fans are calling them stalking Lane and stuff like that. And
Why? I think the question is, why are Ole Miss fans not there?
exactly. I would be there supporting Lane.
Yeah.
I mean,
Come
that
on.
shows you Florida fan, man.
You got Tennessee fans going to this Baylor game, Baylor High School,
Mhm.
just to see Peyton Manning's son sling the rock a little bit. Hey, if he just sees orange every week, it's going to be a little bit easier to get him to sign that dotted line.
Not only that, too, but that's a good point, Dylan. If Lane moves down to Gainesville, is his son going to be playing in front of a packed high school crowd every weekend? I mean,
Yeah.
that's the questions you got to ask.
Mm-hmm.
So,
These are the important questions, man. These are the important questions. But
and then how about I was going to say too, how about Ole Miss touting a 68,000 attendance record and just blasting that everywhere like that's an amazing accomplishment.
Yeah, they did what you're supposed to do if you're a college
Yeah.
football team. So
you filled up your stadium. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah. What is their normal capacity? I'm going to see.
I think it's around
Lost
67,
anyway.
68. Which, I mean, I'll give it to them. I mean, Ole Miss does not have
64,000.
Wow. So they packed an extra 5,000 people in there, basically.
Yeah.
That's kind of impressive. Never mind. I retract that statement.
Bleachers.
You mentioned the Ole Miss fans viewing these attendance of the high school football game as weird, but you're sporting kind of a weird look yourself tonight, Mal. What's going on?
Elkins has talked about his boys. I'm going to talk about the Georgia Bulldogs for a second. This is what I would call dark mode. This is how you're supposed to do dark mode. Tennessee. Throw a little shade there. No,
we did dark mode. I don't know what the shade is.
well, you lost when you did dark
Yeah,
mode.
but we did dark mode.
Yeah,
It's
true.
not like we dark mode wronged.
You're supposed
It
to
was-
win when you go dark mode, right?
It was cool. It
I'm
was
in my
really
dark.
cool.
Okay, but to go back to what you were saying, I'm in my dark Brandon element right now. The Dogs, in my opinion, in the college football world, are clear favorites to win the college football playoff right now. The team that we have seen these past 2 weeks has risen up like a phoenix from the ashes. The defense is playing outstanding. Gunnar Stockton is the Heisman. He probably won't win it because nobody ever respects Georgia quarterbacks, but that son of a gun right there is the best quarterback in the nation. Cannot. Go ahead.
I mean, are we a little ahead of ourselves? You beat a mediocre Texas team that just had a nice little number next to their name. They're immediate. Florida beat this team.
Okay. And?
I mean, I feel like
Ohio
we
State,
pumped
Ohio
brakes a
State, the
little bit.
favorite, only beat this team by 7 points at home.
In the first game of the year with a quarterback who's never started.
Hey. All I'm saying is the dogs have been complete. This was
all I'm saying is don't be
Texas-
surprised if Arkansas beats Texas this weekend. That's all I'm saying.
Seriously. I still think Texas is playing. I genuinely still think Texas is playing for a playoff spot. We'll kind of get into that a little bit later. But there is a world in which Texas backdoors their way into this shit somehow. It's a lot, but
There's not an NIT in college football.
there should
There
be.
should be.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's the
There should be, but Texas
the
might
NIT is just a
backdoor an
Pop-Tart Bowl.
NIT.
Well, it's just a Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Yeah.
Music City Bowl. Yeah. We should do that. We should do that, but it should be just group of 5 teams. Everyone else that's left.
It's a group of
after
5 playoff.
I think our
Yeah.
end goal with this podcast is to have a bowl game.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I think
Pop-Tarts Pass Club
just keep
Bowl.
getting through it here. And
We'll take the Gasparilla Bowl. That seems like
maybe
a fun
maybe
bowl.
it's not a bowl game. Maybe it's a little 4-team playoff for the mid majors. Like
Where would
that,
our playoff be? Where would our game be?
Bro, it's got
Our
to be
bowl game? Would it be on Boca?
Nah, bro. It's gonna be down there in Tampa, Gasparilla Bowl. We're gonna just take over the naming rights with the
Yeah.
Gasparilla Bowl.
yeah, there we go.
What if we just found what if we just built a stadium in the tri-state, like where all 3 states meet between Georgia, Tennessee, and Alabama? It's right in the middle. Those mountains just plow a stadium. in there.
Atlanta.
Trenton.
Bro, no, like the literal point all 3 of those states meet.
It's like somewhere in between like Trenton, Fort Payne, and then like wherever that really south point in Tennessee is.
Chattanooga.
It'd be like
near
Rocky
Chattanooga.
Mountain.
Yeah,
kinda,
sort of
like
Chattanooga.
or not?
Yeah.
Or Rocky. Wait, what's the?
Passy would be our mascot.
Yeah,
Fuck,
We need
we've
to get-
also never talked about Passy.
We haven't.
I
We
feel
gotta
like
get Passy more
Passy
involved.
hasn't been
Everyone-
mentioned here.
Yeah, I think this is his first lore introduction. So Passy is our mascot. He's a little football I designed. He's just him, bro. He's just a cool dude. I don't know. He's just a
Timothy.
ball. He's him. Yeah.
Might,
Passy is him.
might get some Passy merch going later.
Yeah.
Later
Passy
on.
would be sick.
Get some team color Passies.
Yeah. Maybe Passy doing team oriented things.
A pacifier with Passy on it, like his little nub.
I've already
Pacifier. Yeah.
I've already started working on a Passy that is running Smokey across the end zone.
Okay.
I've already looked at Passy doing Spike Squad.
Yeah.
I've looked at Passy doing whatever Alabama fans do. I don't know.
Lose. Oh, low blow.
Elkins, give me your best baby cry right now.
That was it.
Just a
That was it.
23-21.
Oh god. Now you know who shouldn't. You know who is crying.
Meow.
All right, we got to get back.
All right, you know who is crying, Dylan?
Shane Beamer's crying.
Damn, dude, that dude. God bless him.
This is not getting talked about enough, and I'll just go ahead and say it. This is going to be my sport court, anyways. So I'm just going to say everything I need to say right now.
Spoiler.
It's fine. Because I ranted about this all weekend. My wife literally had to tell me to shut up, stop talking about it on her flight home last night. I cannot wrap my head around how this man still has a job. This is the greatest collapse in SEC football history. And I'm not saying that lightly. The stats back it up.
Mhm.
Teams were 0-256 before this game when trailing by that much at the half. Oh, let me say that again. 0-256. Do you realize how hard it is to lose a game when you're up by 27 points at halftime. Now, not only that, let me say this. Do you know how hard it is to be in a 1-point game when there's still 10 minutes left after being up 27 points at halftime? Do you realize how hard that is to do? We could put rec league defensive players out there and they would probably not score that many points. It's insane. It is insane. This is the greatest coaching fail of this century. It is. This is terrible. I don't think enough people are talking about it. I feel like a lot of people just swept it under the rug. South Carolina was on the road up 27 and coming out in the second half. They're 3-6. They have nothing to lose. They're not making a bowl game. Sorry, they're 3-7 now. They're not making a bowl game officially, but at the time they were like, if we went out, maybe. And you play so conservative. Your whole offense falls apart. Lenore Stellers must have taken his contacts out at halftime. I don't know what happened. He could not do anything the second half. Seriously, brother, get the goggles back on. We need you out there. What are we doing? All you got to do is string together a few decent possessions. You don't even have to score. You don't even have to score. You just got to eat some clock. They could not even do that. And it's like I said, it was a game with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter after being up 27. In one quarter, you blew a 27-point lead. That is insanity.
Yeah, I mean,
he should be halfway down the road at this point. Shane Beamer should. It blows my mind. And I was talking to Jerry, who called in. He did ball calls earlier this year. I would have gotten him one for this weekend, but he was in Pittsburgh. So I don't know. I just don't know how you just can't defend it.
You have to turn chew clock on in that situation. The fact that they did not turn chew clock on is absurd to me. It's like you said, though. I mean, there's genuinely no way that you can mess up. Like it's impossible to mess this up.
To your
Physically,
point,
it should be impossible to mess that up.
You don't even have to score. You needed probably 7 to 10 first downs. And it depends
Probably
how
not
big
even
of the
that.
yardage. Like a singular field goal, if you wanted to score, it would make it a little bit easier. A singular field goal would have been enough.
And again, like you don't want to take anything away from Texas A&M. You know, I've on record saying that I think Texas A&M is a fraudulent football team, and I'm standing by that. So, but I still don't want to take anything away from this team, because to go in, and especially Mike Elko, to keep that team on the train tracks at halftime. All-time tweet, by the way. Did y'all see
I was about to say, that was
all-time
an all-time halftime tweet. Whoever the social media manager
There will be a
is,
second half.
give him a raise.
But for Elko to take that team into halftime and make them believe that they could win that game, I think he's already extended, but extending longer. I mean, like,
he signed one before the game, make him sign another one.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
After, as he's walking off the field. It's like inverse Herm Edwards. Instead of firing him on the field, they just hand him the
extend him
contract
again.
while he's
Double
still
it
out
and
on the
give it
field.
to the same person.
Yes.
Double it and give it to him. Yeah.
I mean, it was a night and day difference with that Texas A&M team. I mean, they came out believing they could play football in the second half. I genuinely, again, still think they're fraudulent, but they're not that bad, man. I don't know what the hell was going on in that first half, because the South Carolina played a damn near perfect first half. Yes, they did. There's really not much they could have done better. But at the end of the day, a Texas A&M team that is number 2, number 3 in the nation should not be in that position to have to go in at halftime and come back from a 27-point deficit.
And, a lot of people say, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. And I'm a Tennessee fan. I've seen plenty of those games. This is actually the first time for that first half. Every single thing that could have gone wrong went wrong. Every single possible outcome. The Doctor Strange and the Thanos, he's sitting there just looking at every single one of those happened in this one game, and it was terrible, and they still somehow won
Now,
this game.
What if that was the one out of a billion scenarios
It probably was.
in which Texas A&M wins that football game?
You
right?
look at the statistical
They had to be down
possibilities of
27
winning
points.
that game. It was probably insane. It was probably insane.
It's
numbers.
really that game could be attributed to a lot of things, but I think whatever Mike Elko told his players to go out there and just play the next play is so difficult to do in that situation. When you're down 4 scores, you're thinking, we got to score now. Like, we needed to score last quarter now. Like, it is just so difficult to go out there, commit to the run, whatever you got to do to get a first down, and then just start piling them up. Maybe a turnover hits. You don't know what's going to happen. So to just commit to being able to make that comeback happen, it's nothing short of impressive. I am really pleased with the job Mike Elko has done at A&M, and to call them a fraud team is a little bit silly to me.
They are.
I just
look at who
disagree.
they've played. Well, I will say this. I will say they smell a little bit like a fraud. I don't think we can point at them and say 100% that's a fraud. I'm starting to get whiffs. You look at their schedule. They've played literally every bottom tier SEC school.
Yes.
Everybody below that 500 threshold, that's their entire SEC schedule.
And my entire thing on this too is I had never once doubted the talent that Texas A&M has, right? My whole thing on calling them a fraudulent team really just kind of stemmed from the fact that they have been playing these bad teams and they've kind of been in games with a lot of these bad teams. Now, Georgia's a team that's been in games with a lot of bad teams as well, and Georgia's very much a talented football team. They turned it on, and they did that the past 2 weeks, as we've seen. But I still haven't seen Texas A&M, except for in that second half, really, just flip the switch and absolutely dominate a football game from start to finish.
I have a weird hypothetical that just kind of crossed my mind. This 2024 Bama team reminds me a little bit of this 2025 A&M team, except 2024 Bama played a lot of good opponents. Obviously, we played, that Oklahoma game, last year. Tennessee was a great team last year. We went to LSU, and we actually beat LSU worse than A&M did this year. So Bama was a fraud last year, in my opinion, in some areas. But if we were playing A&M's scheduled this year with that team, it's hypothetical, but we could easily be 9-0 with Milroe on that A&M.
I think he would.
schedule.
You would be. There's no doubt.
And
I
look,
think the
everybody
only one
wants
you
to.
might have gotten close with Notre Dame, that Notre Dame game, but you're catching them early, caught them off a loss,
And I mean, I can hear it right now, the whole SEC bias thing. Everybody's like, well, everybody says the SEC is the deepest conference. Like, from top to bottom, yes, right? The top half of the SEC this year, I would say, is very, very good. I mean, when you're getting into the A&Ms, which, again, never once said they're not a talented football team, just think that they haven't truly ran into a very good football team yet. But when you're talking A&M, even Texas has looked really good at times this year. Oklahoma's looked incredible. Bama's looked incredible. Georgia's looked incredible. Even Tennessee has had spurts of.
Don't say that.
Dude, y'all played
fine.
Bama and Georgia to the wire. I mean, y'all have had spurts where y'all have looked like a really good football team, right?
Those days are over.
And when your best win comes against a Missouri team and a backup quarterback, that's where my hesitancy starts a little bit. Now, obviously, Notre Dame is their best win, but I'm talking about in conference play. Let me kind of backtrack that a little bit. But yeah, that's where I get a little hesitant on this Texas A&M team.
I think that's completely fair.
So I'm going to be very confused if Texas beats Texas A&M.
I won't be, honestly. I just come to expect anything in today's college football.
You boys ready for this? Arkansas beats Texas this weekend, and then Texas turns around and beats Texas A&M, and the world just doesn't make any sense. This league, bro, this year it's
wild,
crazy.
It's a dog-eat-dog league.
Because there's a very good chance Tennessee gets thumped this weekend in the Swamp at 7:30 at night. And there's also a very good chance they come out the next week and beat Vanderbilt in Knoxville.
But
it's just going to be chaos.
Are we still sold on Vanderbilt, though? Like,
I am.
I'm not sold on them.
I think they're
a good team.
They are well coached. I will give you that.
I think they're a good team.
They're not elite, but they're great.
Yeah.
They're great this year. There's a cutoff. I think there's 3 teams that are still on that elite number maybe 4 after this weekend in the SEC. Boys, OU is damn fucking good.
I mean,
They're really good.
I said it last week. I mean, and I saw the warning signs, and I don't want to like kid it a Mal was right situation here, but what did I say last week about this game? I said it smells a lot like this LSU game, except Oklahoma has an offense. Right? We saw LSU's defense hold Bama to 20 points. We saw Ty Simpson struggle a little bit against LSU's defense. Elkins, you said it yourself last week. Oklahoma's the number one scoring defense. The only thing was Oklahoma has a John Mateer who can flip that switch and turn it on when he needs to. And that's what happened this week.
The thing is,
y'all outgained them by what, 250 yards, I think? Yeah.
Yeah, we did the same thing. We did the same thing 2 weeks before. We
played
put
good.
Up 500
we just had
yards of offense, so we still lost.
We missed a kick. We would have won by 1 if we made a kick. We muffed a punt. You know, that's the 7 points that Oklahoma scored on offense was because of that muff punt or fumble, whatever the hell. So that play, the punt, miss field goal, whatever. Our kicker sucks. I don't care if he misses field goals. We don't need to kick field goals because we have a shitty kicker. That strip sack was way more pivotal than the pick six that Ty threw. Even though, I mean, a pick six that's 4 plays in that game where Bama could win that game by 17. We could have easily done what we did to Tennessee to Oklahoma. Wasn't our day, but Brent Venables had his boys ready to go, and they weren't making the same mistakes we were. So why is that? It's discipline. It's this. It's whatever. OU's good. They're well coached. Yeah. They're disciplined. I want to see how they match up if they can get in this playoff with, you know, they would be probably like a 10 seed. They're working their way up to potentially hosting if they win out.
Yeah. Well,
Who they got
I also
left?
want to say too, Auburn fans, this is an example of why you don't fire your head coach mid-season, because Brent Venables was damn near out and kicked out of Norman, Oklahoma, about 4 weeks ago. They were ready to kick his ass to the curb, and now look at them. They got Mateer back. They're playing good football. They're playing complimentary football. They let it ride.
I mean, there were people last year, too. I mean, last year, they had a terrible year last year. They were terrible last year.
It's just the nature of college football nowadays. Unless you are an Alabama, unless you're an Ohio State, unless you're a Georgia, unless you're one of these top tier programs that has built the brand over the past really 10 years, because throw blue bloods out the window in today's college football. Blue bloods don't matter anymore. In my opinion, I think this is a 10 years to now situation where the brand that you have built over the past 10 years is all that matters. That and, you know, that green, that little green thing with the George Washington face on it, that means a lot too now.
It's really, it's crazy to consider, because let's just say, I love hypotheticals. What if this whole NIL element and all of this stuff came around in 2005? Alabama would probably be as good as Mississippi State.
Yeah.
And we're a victim to our success. I mean, Alabama kind of created NIL in a little weird way. A little bit. Just because, I mean.
You guys knocked over the first domino. Once you started winning year in, year in, people are like, we got to get better players somehow. And then you get Tennessee's of the world who's like, McDonald's bag. That's how you do it.
Well, the first true transfer portal domino was Justin Fields. I don't know if y'all really remember this.
Mm-hmm.
But remember,
now look at him.
Yeah. Getting benched by the Jets. No, but I don't know if y'all really truly remember that, but he was wanting to transfer, got the immediate eligibility over some lawsuits. We're not going to go into that because that was a whole scenario, a whole situation that we just
real life sport
discuss.
Court.
Yeah. That just does not need to be discussed by really anybody, because nobody wins in the situation. But by him getting that immediate eligibility, that kind of unlocked a Pandora's box in college football, where a lot of these kids were like, wait, we can just transfer? And I would argue the transfer portal led to NIL in a sense.
I agree. It was an I want it all and I want it now mentality in these young athletes who, some of them, you know, college basketball, it's really the best in a weird way. Some of these kids could be pro out of high school, and that doesn't really happen. You got to go play in college for a year. College football, though, you want to get yours now out of high school. It's not waiting for NFL. Some rare breeds know that they need to go get developed out of high school and focus on being a good NFL player, but it's just different.
I think Kirby Smart said it best this weekend. I don't know if you guys heard this quote from Kirby this weekend, but paraphrasing here, he said, I don't know that a lot of these kids nowadays, they want the check. He goes, they don't want physicality. When you have the check and no physicality, you end up with nothing. So you're not just getting checks at our place. We are hitting people.
I also saw that he was like, yeah, we're scheduling we're scheduling teams that some of our players transfer out to because we know they're soft.
Yeah.
They're going to be softer than us. That's why they're leaving.
And damn, I love Kirby for that.
That was a great quote.
He's just throwing shit. Kirby's in his I don't care phase now.
Kirby is growing on my likability meter in terms of the quotes he's putting out, and then that onside kick just won me over. You just absolutely won me over with that.
I didn't even really get into depth about that. And I will agree with Sark. I mean, this was a game into the fourth quarter. I mean, it was a tight game. I mean, Texas was playing pretty good football on the defensive side, and Georgia's playing a great defensive game too. But to go out there, go up 21, and then kick that onside kick, the huevos you've got to have to go out there and do that and trust that your defense that has really not looked the greatest all year. Kirby, man, I love this guy. Have a love-hate relationship with him sometimes. But this week, I love him. And Mike Bobo called a fantastic fourth quarter. We kind of stumbled there a little bit in the middle of the game, but that fourth quarter from Mike Bobo, beautiful play calling. Gunnar Stockton is my hero. I could just go on and on.
All right. Well, you don't have to.
I know.
Let's talk about boys. Hey, listen, the pod might want to hear it, but we got me and Elkins over here. We got to deal with this Monday through the next Monday. It's year round. It's year round. I probably get 30 texts a day from Mount Metro football. At least 10. Elkins at least 10.
I was so happy to just see a flyover, and I sent a video of a flyover, and he was like, beautiful flyover for an Oklahoma win. I'm like,
yeah. No,
I saw it coming.
Let's talk about it. No,
I'm an
both
asshole.
of you guys were being real scumbags to each other this weekend.
I got a little bit in the.
Get into it.
I felt like I got pushed into the mud, and then I was pulling anything and everything that was breathing into the mud with me.
So Elkins and I went back and forth. Got a little personal there. But I texted Elkins.
4K.
Oh, yeah. But I texted Elkins.
You guys always get personal, and I don't. It's like I feel like the dad of the group. Every time I'm checking text, it's like, okay, they're talking crap about each other's teams, talking about each other's teams. One of you, and it rotates on a weekly basis. One of you just starts punching the other in the balls, just like shards, proverbially. Punching each other.
And I texted Elkins, and I am fully aware that anytime Alabama loses, I would be a bad friend if I did not give Elkins hell for this. I feel like I would personally be a bad friend. I feel like that's what friends do, is they give each other hell when their team loses. But I also do this full-fledged knowing that Elkins most likely, especially if he's at the game, is sauced, completely sauced, and has zero filter when he's sauced.
Not too bad.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Ooh.
I don't know. I think you might have probably been.
You were super sauced.
I was sauced.
I think you had me covered.
Type of sauced. He was super sauced.
I was smothered and covered, and I was like,
I think you had me covered this weekend, but Florida State game, South Carolina game, I probably also had you covered, even though that kind of felt like a loss.
But it literally feels like when you guys are going at each other, I'm like, we might not do a pod this week in the moment, because in the moment,
no, for
it
real,
is
man,
so deeply personal. I'm like,
I've just learned not to. You just got to learn to take it off the chin. I mean, don't. It's like the old jackass saying, if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough. But in this sense, if you're gonna talk shit, you gotta expect to get hit back. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
No glass
Man.
houses over here.
I mean, like I'm throwing a stone. I'm expecting that stone to get chunked right back at me, David and Goliath style, man. Like,
Yeah, I was actually in line to get into a bar, and while we were just throwing haymakers at each other, and my phone was like on 3%. I was like, I don't care if this is the last bit of phone usage I get for the night, but it's gonna go towards this. Sure enough, my phone was dead 15 minutes later, and there's probably texts that I just didn't ever read.
Not only that, I get on Snapchat in the group chat we have with all of our other friends. It's like 300 messages. I'm like, what? You guys were you guys were talking crap to each other in 2 different group chats at the same time.
and then the other group chat, man, everybody else gets drug into that shit too.
Yeah, that was all you, Mal.
That was all me.
100%
That was all
you.
me. I apologize, boys.
Yeah.
But
Just
you know,
sauced
we
out of your
just talked. We
mind.
talked a lot about covering there. You know who didn't cover?
Mal, that was a bad pick. And I
That-
told you it was a bad pick last week.
I did not realize it was a bad pick until I saw the quote from Pat Narduzzi that said, "Yeah, we can get beat by 100 points. I don't care." What coach says that?
Marcus
who
Freeman
says-
was like, bet.
Genuinely, like, I don't give a crap if the game matters. I don't care. What coach comes out there and says, "Yeah, I'd be pretty chill if we got beat by 100 points today, as long as we win the next 2. I don't, it's whatever." I don't care if he's being sarcastic or not. You just don't put that out there.
Sounds to me like Kirby's on the phone with the Georgia AD trying to get Pitt on the schedule.
Shit.
Yeah,
Like,
please.
they're
schedule him.
soft. We know we'll kick them in.
What do you think the vibe was in the media room when he said that? Like, if I was a journalist and I heard that, I would like
I would
do
have
a
followed
quick
up.
look. Did anyone else like hear that right now?
Yeah, like I would have
The
followed
fact that
up.
nobody else was like, "Yo, what are you you for real right now? What are you talking about?" Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna change my sport cord based off of what you just said. We'll get into it.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, Pitt, Notre Dame fans, I'm going to look you guys in the eyes right now, and I'm going to go ahead and just say it. I genuinely apologize for all of the crap that was talked earlier this year. I am ready to admit that y'all are a legitimate contender in this year's playoff race. Y'all have an incredible team. Jeremiah Love is the best running back, hands down, in college football. CJ Carr has been playing out of his mind at the quarterback position, and y'all's defense looks lights out. I am ready to admit that Marcus Freeman probably is the 2nd or 3rd best head coach in college football right now. I hope you accept my apology.
I'm not going to apologize over what I said. I refuse. It's not insane. What I said is not insane. It's not insane for a team that hasn't won a national championship since the 80s for me to sit here and be like, you got to win them before you can do anything, before you prove anything. You got to win them. And then, we got hit with they made it last year. I was like, TCU made it as well. Like it's, that's a grain of salt at the end of the day. Nobody's going to remember that you guys made it to the championship unless you lose on a miraculous play. That's all.
And,
I'm
going to also
just
throw this
don't.
back up. We're most likely going to be doing an episode dressed as leprechauns.
Yeah.
That's probably
It's
going to happen.
looking-
It's looking that way.
Would we do it the immediate week after the selection show? Right.
We'll get into it. I think
Okay.
that would be. We'll have to
All right.
we'll have to get the details there.
We'll have
but
to Amazon Prime them.
Yeah.
But
Prime Dill days.
Yeah. Georgia Tech live flash before their eyes this weekend, boys. Boston College had them on the ropes.
I've said it before. This is the best one-win football team in college football. This team is incredible. I love them.
But here's the thing:
Yeah,
Arkansas is 2-7, but if Arkansas and Boston College play, Arkansas beat Boston College by probably 25.
I'm taking the over in that game if it happens.
Yeah, 100%.
See, that's the Pass Club Pod Bowl game right there. Arkansas and Boston College.
Oh, I would love
We should
to see
take
that.
2 teams that don't make it to a bowl and have them play for like
Boom.
insane amounts of money.
Yeah, where are we going to get that money from? Sponsors.
That's not important.
We can get
That's not,
sponsors.
sponsors. And you know what? We should also be like, whoever wins this game gets to pick a week in November, and they get to have a FCS team come play them at home.
And we promise Creed will be the halftime show.
Yeah, for our bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just we're like, yeah, you guys can perform the halftime show, but you have to be suspended in the air the entire time.
No. We don't have enough money to get Creed. We're just gonna play Creed over the intercoms. Like
we
don't
just
have
sit down like a boombox.
Yeah. just hold a microphone up to it. Like, here's Creed, everybody.
Starts
we just get like
really
some
loud.
65-year-old drunkard from the karaoke bar down the street just to like, and you take me higher.
Well,
Beautiful.
to go back on Georgia Tech, it seems to me watching them the past month, they have one thing in their mind, and that's Georgia. I would agree. They're just bleeding out, like, and just keep slapping a Band-Aid on a bullet hole when, like, we don't have big problems. We just have to make it to the last week of the season to play Georgia, and then they're going to rip that Band-Aid off at the end of the year and try to play their best game against Georgia. But it feels like they're looking ahead and not preparing for anything.
Well, and it's just
NC
such
State,
a weird,
like,
I mean, it's such
games.
because we've seen, like, we know that this is probably one of the more talented teams in the ACC and probably the best team in the ACC right now. I mean, it's either them or Miami, and Miami, God, they've fallen off a cliff, it feels like. But it also feels like Georgia Tech has just kind of fallen off a cliff. Now they're getting wins, they're doing what they need to do to stay alive, but it's just, they haven't done anything really to impress me over these past few weeks. And I agree. I mean, I think they're going to come out with their hair on fire next Friday, because that is going to be a Friday night game in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I mean, that's going to be an incredible game. It's going to have some major playoff implications for both teams, quite frankly. And I'm excited for it. I'm just ready to see that if Georgia Tech is truly at that next level to where they can compete year in and year out with Georgia.
Yeah. I don't know if I mean, they're going to compete with Georgia because it's the Georgia versus Georgia Tech game, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
I don't know. It's just because it's
you say that, man. I mean, the amount of times that's been a close game over the past 10 years. Georgia Tech's beaten Georgia one time since like 2015, I believe.
Harrison Butker.
Same.
Yeah. And a lot of them haven't really been close, man. Now, they've gotten a lot better, like I said, and that's why I'm saying I'm ready to see if they're ready to take that next step. And if they can play 2 close games, and hell, they might even beat Georgia this year. I mean, I've said at the start of the year, this is a concerning game if you're a Georgia fan. But
Yep.
At least Georgia gets to play in the Benz once this year.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we also had Michigan playing at Wrigley, narrowly escape Northwestern. Also, by the way, that was so cool to watch. Like, them being in Wrigley was so cool. Like, if you're Northwestern, I'd say scrap the stadium. Let's just build a replica of Wrigley and just play there every week. Like, you could build that way cheaper, and it would be super sick. Like, dude, the people in the rooftop bleachers across the street during that, like, game-winning kick, I'm like, oh, they can't see anything right now, but it's like, they don't care. It's sick. I love that. Yeah. And that was cool. Iowa just got demolished second half.
USC beat them at their own game. I mean, what did we say last week? USC will get drug into an Iowa football game. Can USC win a game like Iowa? Can they get drugged through the mud and win a mud game? And
You just got to do what Iowa does better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
be aggressively mediocre.
What some coaches have preached in our past lives is just do what we do better than that. But sometimes you got to do what the other team does better than that to win games. And
no, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, that was a fun one. I thought Iowa had the game locked up at one point, and I was like,
it was 21-7 at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think if anyone knew, it would be you for your good boy. But I was taking a look at it, and I was like, dang, well, if Iowa wins by 2 scores, I might be cooked for this season on getting a comeback.
I thought that was gonna propel me to big numbers. But Elkins, here we go.
The horse is here.
Peter, the horse is here.
Hey, Peter,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
the horse is here. No.
Hey,
Peter. Hey, Peter.
Horses here. Hey, Peter.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a change up for you guys, but
How you
the horse
feeling?
is here.
9-2.
Dude.
So
Leading
yeah,
the
back,
AFC.
back to what I was saying. My college team and my NFL team will both be 9-2 after this weekend, and it's all perspective because one of those 9-2s is kind of a little sour. The other 9-2 is like cloud 9. However, both of them could still win their respective conference. So there's a lot going on, a lot of moving pieces on one of them. On the other side, wow, I love watching the Denver Broncos play defense. But then whenever we have some sort of a pulse on offense, it makes you wonder. It just makes you wonder.
Makes me wonder.
I mean, you guys are sitting in a super good spot right now.
We play the Pats later this year. I mentioned a couple weeks ago, just looking at the rest of our schedule. Can we win that game? Can we not? And the number was 13-4. If the Packers show up the way they've been playing, I think that number is going to be 14. That Chiefs win was a question mark because, the Chiefs are going to chief and be really good. I think I saw a stat. Andy Reid was like 22-1 in his career coming off the bye.
Damn.
Or 24-2, something crazy.
Yeah.
And he has the best quarterback he's had in his entire coaching career. And it's a testament to what Sean Payton has done in Denver. I was talking to one of my better friends who is a Giants fan, and he's like, you know what? The difference between the Broncos and the Giants is you guys don't have bad draft picks. All of your rookies that come in are contributing. And then in their third season, they're like all pro guys, like Nick Bonino, for example. This is his third year in the league, and he's leading the league in sacks. And Patrick Surtain, Bama guy, he's not even on the field. He was the defensive player of the year last year, and our defense is still performing to that level. It's pretty, I want to say impressive, but it's more than that. It is just amazing.
I mean,
at what our front office decision making does and puts the product on the field, and they play.
It really makes me sour because your Giants fan friend is right, but they don't know pain like I know pain. I think it was the 2020 Titans draft class. Number one, our first round pick didn't play a snap for us. And everyone else that got drafted in that is not, I don't think they're on any NFL active rosters. Seriously. I mean, worst of the worst. And it's just like year in and year out. We just picked the worst. But it makes me so jealous having a young quarterback and being able to like compete immediately. Guys, yeah. But it's like you said, Elkins, you guys just pick these guys up and they just come in ready. They develop for a year. And then by year 2 or 3, they're stars. They're 100% stars, and they're playing at star level. And it's just fascinating to see development differences across the league.
I mean, I've said it 50 trillion times. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. The Broncos did it right. Broncos didn't go out and draft a splash quarterback or anything like that. They built their team up. And then whenever it was time, they went and drafted a system quarterback, a system fit for them in Bo Nix. Not a splashy guy, not somebody that was really expected to come into the NFL and be this stud muffin. But because he got drafted to a good system in Sean Payton, he's doing an incredible job. So hats off to the Broncos. They did it the right way.
The last thing I'll say about it, it's like you better not believe in tanking if you want to be good. If you believe in tanking in order to become good, you're gonna keep shooting yourself in the foot. The Bears might be the first team that believed in tanking that could make it. The Broncos went Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater, Russell Wilson got tired of Russell Wilson pretty quick, Bo Nix. And we had the pieces around Bo Nix for him to not immediately fail, because Bo Nix would fail if he didn't have any pieces around him. Bo Nix also wasn't, in my opinion, the best QB in that class. Jaden Daniels was really good. I was a little bit sad we got Bo Nix just because of his time at Auburn. But it's funny how quickly I came to like him after he wasn't wearing the wrong orange and blue. So it's been a fun ride, and we still got a lot of games to play.
Speaking of games to play, Mal, you might be in trouble. We got to come up with your punishment fast.
Boys, I was looking at their schedule. It is entirely possible that the Ravens do not lose another game this year.
Yeah.
They've got the
and Lamar
Jets,
Jackson played terrible, and they still won.
They've got the Jets, Bengals, Steelers, Bengals in their next 5.
I don't see a loss.
I don't see a loss.
Steelers, maybe, but
those
Aaron
division-
Rodgers is hurt.
Yeah.
Those division games are weird, but
They are.
I do agree. I think it's really good timing for the Ravens catching Rodgers out of there. But another nugget. It's the last time I'm going to say Bo Nix's name on the podcast. But Bo and Lamar had the 2 longest active passing touchdown streaks in games. Neither of them threw for one this weekend. So I don't know who the new longest one is. But yeah, Lamar didn't throw a passing touchdown for the first time in like 20 games.
That's crazy.
Played terrible. He had more interceptions than offensive production in general. So having him in fantasy was rough, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Ravens, they got past the Browns. That was always going to be a tough game. It always is a weird one.
I mean, like, I'm just sitting here looking like they're not going to lose to the Jets. Probably will beat the Bengals at home. They've got the Steelers at home. Then they go back to Cincinnati.
I know they got
Then
the
it gets hard.
Patriots.
Then it gets hard. They got Patriots. Luckily, that game's at home. They go to Lambeau in a flex spot.
That's tough.
It's a flex spot. And then they come back, or then they go to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers in a flex spot. So could have a couple losses there at the end of the season. But, I mean, until then, this is a 10, 11 win team.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know we kind of got a lot to get to through NFL, but yeah, I think the Ravens, I would give them like a 60% chance to win out, which is fantastic. Like that's
60% to win out.
Yeah, that's probably more like 25 to
30.
30%. Yeah.
30%.
I don't know, man. They're catching everybody at the right time. Also want to talk real quick. Shadur did make his debut. It was tough.
Great.
It was
Not
awesome.
perfect
It was
timing.
No.
It was not good timing for him. It was a tough situation coming to. I think his stat line was like 4 for 14, 47 yards, a pick, and I think his QBR was 2.5. It's just tough. You can't expect him to when you get put in there in that situation. It was. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty exciting to see, though. I just want to see how the kid fares. But yeah, tough spot for him. Who else?
The Shadur haters are foaming at the mouth right now.
Oh, they are. They're drooling.
But the Bears, I just want to take a second. I mean, Elkins kind of mentioned the Bears, but what the hell?
They just got to enjoy it because this could come crashing down at any minute. This is what this team is. They're just find a way to win.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, do you guys remember that Minnesota Vikings team a few years ago that just always came from back from behind, always found a way to win. But when they got the playoffs, they just laid their biggest goose egg. Yeah, that's very much what this team reminds me of. Like I'm like, this is 100% just the same team. Obviously,
I mean, the Bears.
Minnesota
are
didn't lose.
Have y'all seen the remaining schedule?
Yeah, I did actually look this weekend. I was also looking at their standings. So they're 7-4, but their point differential is a -6.
Dude, Dylan.
They're getting outscored.
Context for Dylan here. They've got the Steelers, Eagles, Packers, Browns, Packers, 49ers, Lions.
Oh, yeah. That'll end the fun real quick.
Well, the nature of that division will just do any of those teams in. And it's odd because the Vikings looked really good against the Lions last week. And then this week, they're hosting the Bears. You think it's a favorable spot for the Vikings after what they did a week prior. And J.J. McCarthy, man, I just shaking my head.
9. Come on, 9.
9. Yeah, he calls himself 9.
Come on,
9. And another number 9 that the news broke today. I'll let Mal talk about it.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, the Falcons are officially dead. They got beat by 30 plus the first time, or by 30 nothing against the Panthers the first time around. Bijan, I believe it was Bijan, came out and said this was a wake-up call. Came back out, I think they beat the Vikings Monday Night Football. Things were looking better. It was looking like the Falcons are going to kind of claw their way back into that playoff position.
Got the Bills around the same time as that.
Got the Bills around the same time. I mean, they were looking like a football team that was starting to put it together. They have lost 3 straight. I think it might be 4 straight now. I mean, this team is – there's just no passion, there's no fight. I didn't even really watch much of the game just because I knew they were going to lose. The only reason I knew they were going to lose is because the Carolina Panthers were underdogs in this game. And as we all know, the Carolina Panthers, when they're underdogs, will win the freaking game. And I was actually at a college basketball game. That didn't go well for me either.
I love it. I love that guy.
The Carolina Mike, yeah, that guy rocks. I remember I saw he first popped up a few months ago, and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. I hope it blows up, and he's done so well. It's awesome. But I would be.
For me, I mean, just back on the Falcons. For me, it's not a talent thing. It's not a talent thing. The Atlanta Falcons are probably the most. Yeah, maybe the Bucs are more talented, but I mean, if you just go talent for talent, I mean, the 2 additions, JPJ and Jalen Walker on the edges, the defense has looked good. Has looked great at times.
Man, AJ Terrell's so good.
And so it's not a talent thing. So at the end of the day, you got to look at it and you got to go, well, what is it? Clear answer is Raheem Morris. The dude, he's got to go. I would like to see Brian Dable in Atlanta. I think Brian Dable would kind of fit that team. I think the Falcons are in a much better spot than the Giants are from a talent standpoint. And to kind of get into a question I wanted to ask you guys, the NFC South isn't very good either. And if we're going band for band, what's the worst division in football right now? AFC South, AFC North, NFC South? We're going band for band here, team for team.
I would probably say NFC South.
You think?
I agree.
Yeah.
I think the Bucs carry that, and they're not. The Bucs are not doing as well as I thought they would do.
You got the Panthers, you got the Saints, you got the Falcons. Those 3 teams are not good.
If you're talking talent or performance, I think talent NFC South is not the worst. But the performance I've seen from the NFC South teams this year, they're the worst. They're the
talent
worst.
is AFC South.
Oh, I mean, really the only thing holding the AFC South up right now is the Colts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But you've got, I mean, whenever the other 3 teams in your division are just free wins for you, just, the Colts are AFC South merchants, I would say this year.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that? I mean,
a little bit.
A little bit. They beat the Broncos.
Yeah. And then the AFC
on a
North,
leverage
God
penalty.
bless them. God bless the AFC North. I don't really know what's going on with them this year. I mean, the Ravens are starting to put it together.
It's just injuries. It's just chaos.
I mean,
that's all. That league's
Bengals,
always chaos.
yeah.
That division's always chaos.
The only team in the NFC South I think that's overperformed is the Panthers, and
they're 6-5, I think.
Yeah,
half a game better than the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I would be remiss if I did not say this statement. The league has been put on notice. This Eagles defense is nasty. That whatever the trade deadline for them picking up Jalen Phillips, oh my Lord, it has freed up so many other people on that defense. Like, it's crazy. It is nuts. You got Jalen Carter, Jalen Phillips,
Jordan
big boy
Davis.
in the middle.
Davis. Nakobe
Dean.
Yeah.
Best game of the season for him, in my opinion.
Ringo.
Basically the Georgia and Alabama defense.
Jihad Campbell, the rookie, has been really good.
Yeah. I mean, dude, if offensively the Eagles can just somewhat put together a decent performance.
And didn't even mention Cooper DeJean.
Oh, yeah,
Cooper,
exciting whites.
First regular season interception for Cooper. Shout out him. This team, if they can just figure it out a little bit offensively, they're gonna repeat, and it's not gonna be a question. They're gonna win it again.
I would like to see if just an exhibition game, if the Philadelphia Eagles could win a game only running the tush push. I mean,
I would say,
they're getting what, 3? They're getting about 3 yards every time they run.
could they
the
run
thing.
variations off the tush push, like out of the same formation, or they literally just have to
They're
run the tush
literally
push?
lining up. Every single play is the tush push.
I don't think you could get
I think they're.
first downs often enough.
I mean, how many, dude? If they're averaging 3 yards a play, then
Yeah,
I mean,
they'd have to go for it every single
it sounds
time.
like a ChatGPT question.
Last night was probably their worst performance with the tush push in their history of the tush push.
Yeah. And Saquon, that's another thing too. Saquon, it's just hadn't been able to pop them this year, pop the big runs. And obviously Lane Johnson being hurt now for a few weeks is not going to help them. Hopefully he's back for the playoffs. But yeah, they look so good. They look so good on defense.
Dude, they had Jared Goff in hell all night.
Yeah.
I mean, I have not seen a quarterback.
Has Jared Goff been wearing double gloves the entire season? He was double gloved last night, and we were watching it on the plane back, and I was like, he's got 2 gloves on. That's not a good sign.
Can't do the cold temperature.
Ever. The only person I've ever seen have success with 2 gloves is Kenny Pickett in college. That's it. I remember I even tweeted before Tennessee played Kenny Pickett back when I had no idea who he was. No one knew who he was. I said, Pitt's quarterback wears 2 gloves. It's a wrap. And then they came to Neyland and beat us. So,
I mean, the only person I know honestly, well, no. I mean, Michael Jackson didn't even need 2 gloves.
No.
I mean, Michael Jackson just needed 1
Dare
glove.
I mention his name again? Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, yeah.
Did Teddy do 2?
Mm-hmm.
I thought
he did.
Yeah. He did do 2? Yeah.
Tom Brady wore 2 gloves every now and then, I think.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's Tom Brady, though, man.
It's true.
It's apples to oranges.
Big Ben, I think he was just a 1 glove guy, too.
Yeah. Josh Allen also.
OJ Simpson wore 2 gloves. They didn't fit, though.
Fit him. Yeah, it was a little small. But Josh Allen also had a great day. This was a really good weekend of NFL football. Like, probably the best we've had this year, I'll say. It was just awesome, top to bottom. Every game was pretty good.
What's weird with Josh Allen, though, is I think you'll watch him on one drive, and he'll look like your MVP. And then the next drive, he's doing something that could be really cool, or it's just the worst play he could have had happen. You know, that he had that chest pass when he was trying to avoid a safety and it was just intercepted. I was like,
he did have the one forward pass whenever he kind of scrambled up and
and then 2 drives later he's throwing a 60-yard rope.
Yeah, I mean,
sorry, I'm just laughing because you guys just reminded me of Jameis. Like,
yeah,
I have not stopped thinking about your quote where you said he's either gonna win it in an awesome fashion or lose it epically. I said that, and literally, I was like, my buddy said this. I think it's so appropriate. And then immediately he throws that pick to end the game in the end zone, just strobes it. I was like, yeah. I was like, I laughed and I smiled. I was like, that's awesome because that's Jameis. That's Jameis football right there.
We didn't get enough Jameis football this week, though. Like, I feel like they didn't let Jameis be Jameis. Like, you're not going to win a football game if you put ropes on Jameis. You got to let Jameis go out and be Jameis.
I just saw him in the pocket doing this, and one time when he was trying to break away, and I was like, I've seen him practice that drill. Yeah. But yeah, all right. Great weekend of NFL football. Let's move on to our sport core. I've already said mine. I already went on my rant. Shane Beamer, fire Shane Beamer. He's a clown. I don't know how he still has a job. It really blows my mind. It's a disservice to South Carolina and their fans. The fact that you had a Heisman caliber quarterback to start the year, supposedly, and now you're not going to make a bowl game, that alone, you still got Dylan Stewart too on defense, who is extremely talented. Extremely talented. Good. He made some plays in that game Saturday, but yeah, that's me. So whoever wants to take up next, go for it.
Kind of mentioned I'm changing mine.
All right. I got the same one, and it has really been on my mind since about maybe like 4:30 on Saturday, 5:30 Eastern time, when I was sitting in that stadium watching Alabama special teams. And boy, are they special. Connor Talty, you just make me sick sometimes. And it's not because you're a bad kicker, but it's because you're a bad teammate. And the gesture of you yelling at your long snapper on the field, you don't do that. go talk to him after the game one-on-one. But when you've got millions of people tuning into your games, Alabama has been the most viewed college football team this season. Everybody virtually just watched you do that sorry shit to your teammate, and that's just uncalled for. And I'm suing you, and I'm also going to sue our whole special teams unit because our punters hit some shanks. We're putting Ryan Williams on the field, and he can't even hold on to the ball. Something funny?
No, that's something in my but
No, but yeah, I agree with you. I think the real question here is, what would Saban have done if Saban saw his kicker yelling like that on the field at his long snap? What would Saban have done?
I think Nick Saban had his entire career at Alabama having the worst of kickers.
Yes.
Just a plague. And then came Will Reichard, the best kicker college football history, arguably.
Except for that one Saturday.
Yeah, he didn't do his best that one Saturday. But he does lead the league, or leads the NCAA in all time. But dude, if Saban saw what Talty did, and he did see it, he's probably in DeBoer's office talking to him about it right now. Like, we got to get a new guy kicking the balls, because it's one thing if we have a bad kicker who's a bad teammate, but we're going to get a good teammate who can miss kicks. Like, I don't know what Saban would do to answer your question.
Yeah, and then speaking of special teams, I just have a little funny nugget to split out here. So it went back, Sark, about the Georgia-Texas game. Sark said something that he knew something special was coming, right? And that's not what I want to talk about. Do y'all know that Texas's special teams coordinator, do y'all know his wife's occupation?
Why on earth would we
this
know
is
that?
This is a running thing.
Earth
This
would
is a
we
running
know
thing.
that?
Just
That's
'cause
like
maybe
that's like a 5-year-old coming up to you at Thanksgiving when you're at your family Thanksgiving.
When I
Hey,
say it,
I know this
understand why
guy
you
who
should
knows
know
a guy
this.
who knows a guy. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah,
So-
that guy. He saw
a
this one
Maoism
video
right
this
there.
one time. Yeah.
Oh my God. So the reason behind this, okay, the reason I ask y'all this, is there's this whole running thing right now. I haven't fact checked it. I don't know if it's true or not. But apparently Texas fans, there's some lore out there that Texas special team coordinator's wife is a stripper. Apparently. Just absolutely nothing from you guys.
I mean, 2025.
I mean, it is 2025. I mean, we can be progressive. We can also laugh while we're being progressive. I mean, I think that's pretty interesting, to say the least.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't think that's interesting?
I mean, it's interesting. I was trying to make a football pun joke about stripping the ball.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
you the brain was turning there.
that's where my brain went. I don't know. But I just knocked the hell out of my desk.
Oh
Big
my
knees
God.
down there.
She's the pole assassin, man.
The what?
The pole
That's her
assassin.
name? Now that's crazy.
Like, again, I haven't fact checked this. I just saw a bunch of videos of like Texas fans being interviewed and stuff like that, getting asked about the pole assassin. Like, oh yeah, that's her special teams coordinator. That's his wife. And I'm just like, wait, what?
Insert Migos song. Here. Yeah. No, what's the one where the handsome and wealthy? Insert handsome and wealthy.
Insert it. No, but I just kind of thought that's not my sport court. I just, Elkins brought up special teams, and it, made me remember that. And, I was just like, I mean, I just thought that was an interesting factoid.
Do you guys know Texas's special teams coordinator's wife?
I just feel like that's something that something that would be a bigger deal, right? I mean, especially in the SEC, like. No, like I feel like that's getting pulled out of the hat.
What if Florida fans played Texas and they went to her strip club? Is that creepy?
That might be a little creepy.
Let's bring it full circle here. What if every opposing team that comes into Texas just goes to this guy's wife's strip club.
Hold on, I got to look this up now because I've said this. All right, let's see.
Mal, what's your sport court? Just start talking.
Okay, so while I look this up, I'll so my sport court is, I'm going to go back to the press. You know, we're talking about Pitt and how Narduzzi came out and said that our press is soft, man. Our press is super soft. Like, they don't follow up. They don't ask hard-hitting questions. It's all fluff. No coaches should be put, like, Shane Beamer should have walked into that press conference Saturday, and he should not have made it out of that press conference without crying.
It should have been Chinese water torture.
Yes,
they should have strapped him back with a washcloth over his face and just started dropping water on his head until he confessed about why they lost that game.
And, like, to kind of tie that into your sport court, man, I mean, like, the fact that our press go out there and just throw these little softball questions, oh, well, you know, what went wrong there, coach? Like, it's pretty obvious what went wrong. Your damn head coach called the most conservative second half.
And you know why they do that, Mal? It's because people like Shane Beamer have these temper tantrums. They have these temper tantrums, and they can make you lose your media badge like that. That's why they lob these questions up to him.
And it's wrong. Like, it shouldn't be this way, you know? I mean, if you're if you're going to go do a post-game press conference, you should have to be hit with hard-hitting questions. Like, even Kirby, you know, at the start of the year, Kirby should have had to answer a lot of tough questions, which Georgia media doesn't do it. Raheem Morris with the Falcons should have to answer tough questions, doesn't have to do it. As a head coach, you should know what you're signing up for, and you should not be a little fruit cupcake or something like that. Yeah,
Hear
I
me
say
out.
Dylan.
Hear me out. Hear me out. There's a quick fix to this.
Mm-hmm.
It only will work a few times, maybe. What if there was a weekly raffle that allowed one fan to go in as a journalist with a media pass and ask questions?
Honestly, I say we just print up fake media passes and go in there and just rip their asses.
Yeah. Be like, Shane Beamer, why do you think your program is such a joke right now?
No, like, it'd have to be a legitimate question, but
that was a legitimate question.
Yeah, that is
part
true.
of that? It was structured properly. It was that was not said properly, but
back to Jeff Banks here. That's the Texas special teams coordinator.
Thank you for the information.
His wife did Thomas. So they got married in July of 2024.
We're just dropping government names on here.
Dude, I mean, it's public information.
What was your Google search to get this?
Texas special teams coach stripper.
So you just pull a picture up into Tim stripping. Yeah.
Okay, so she is a former exotic dancer who performs under the name Pole Assassin and is also known for having a pet monkey. Are we sure this monkey was not on the streets or in a truck in Louisiana that got overturned? Do you think she
That's
found
Mississippi?
We're
That's
just
the ultimate-
uncovering some
or Mississippi? That's right.
crazy evidence right now. Like the monkey was on stage with her?
I don't know.
What other function would a pet monkey have if you're a stripper than being on stage with you?
You think the monkey like got up there and like took her little bikini?
Oh, Mal, do you remember at our fair and they had that little monkey with the top hat and he'd take your dollar and just do that with his hat? He would tip his hat to you? You don't remember this?
No.
That's 100% what the monkey did.
Well, you think he went out and took money?
He just like took the money and he would just have a little top hat and just like tip it.
Do we think the pole assassin trained this monkey to go into wallets and steal money?
Like Cardi B? Like,
yeah.
He went to the Cardi B School of Hard Knocks.
And even more follow-up, did Jeff Banks meet her at this exotic dance place?
He just wanted the monkey.
Maybe, man.
He's just like, dude, that's a cool monkey. I gotta marry this chick. Yeah.
He wanted the monkey.
I mean, if a monkey came up, if you had a crisp 100 sticking out of your hand like this, and a little tiny monkey in a diaper and that top hat takes it from you and just gives you one of these and keeps going, tell me you would not want that monkey. That is so sick.
That's a monkey I'd want.
I'd be like, could you do that, but with a beer? And bring me the beer.
Bring me a beer.
Then give me like a little.
Oh, dude, a little.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh, I guess I got to get another one after this. Yeah.
Monkey. Dude, so we've got a Fox News article Monkey,
no.
Monkey belonging to Texas special teams coach stripper girlfriend bites child on Halloween.
Oh, no. This is not real. Show your phone. Is this a real article?
This is, yes. I don't know if
Read that headline for me one more time.
Monkey belonging to Texas special teams coach's stripper girlfriend bites child on Halloween. I don't know who wrote that article title.
That's keyword after keyword right there.
No, what's even funny is this was posted on November 3rd of 2021. So she's had this monkey for a while.
Did it get put down?
So we can confirm it wasn't on that Mississippi bus.
Yeah. But I guess that's enough monkey business.
Yeah, enough of that. All right, Matt, let's so what is your sport court? Did you already give it?
Yeah, I already did.
The media. Yeah.
Media
right,
sucks.
Let's get into our good boys picks of the week. We have a tie at the top. Me and Mal are tied for first at 65 bones. Elkins is in third with 56.5. Good boys were 1 and 2 on Saturday. My pick of Iowa plus 6.5 being the only one that won, and just barely at that. Mal missed on Pitt versus Notre Dame, and Elkins missed on Baylor versus Utah. I thought that one was going to land for you, Elkins. I did. So it was interesting. Mal, do you go first or do I go first? You, because you've been in first.
Yeah,
longer,
I've been
right?
in first. That's how we did it with me and Elkins.
Yep.
So I'm going to be picking against a team that is 0-15-1 against the spread when they are 20-plus point favorites since 2022.
Whoa.
Do the boys know which team I'm picking against?
Say that stat again. Let me hear it.
So the team that I am picking against is 0-15-1 against the spread when they are 20-plus point favorites since 2022. Does anybody know what team I'm talking about?
It's a Big Ten school.
It is an SEC school.
Is it Georgia?
It is the University of Georgia.
Ooh.
And they've got Charlotte, who is 1-9 coming in, getting 45 and a hook. Now, can Georgia cover this game with their eyes closed, hands tied behind their back, and their third string in? But what do we know about Kirby Smart? In games like this, he likes to get in, take care of business, and get out healthy. So Georgia's going to come out. Georgia's probably going to win this game by 33, 38 points, somewhere in that range, I would say. And Charlotte will most likely
big points there for you.
Yeah, and Charlotte will most likely cover that 45.5. I mean, genuinely, the last time Georgia covered a 20-plus point spread was they beat the absolute dog out of Kentucky when they were a 20-plus. Like, I think it was like 55-0 or something. So,
All right.
I mean, Georgia's can do it. But, I mean, I'm just not going to pick against 0-15-1 since 2022.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a fair point.
They're 16-0 in those games, by the way.
I think that's a good pick.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a good pick. Mine breaks my heart a little bit. The school I'm picking against, I have strong ties to. I have won them multiple national championships on NCAA College Football 26. They're right down the road from me. Less than 30 minutes. I could be at their stadium. Give me Sam Houston State. They are 6.5 point dogs going to MTSU, who is 1-9. I don't know how MTSU is favored by 6.5 against anybody. Against anybody. More or less a team with better and more wins than them. I don't care that they're home. When you're a group of 5 team, unless you're North Texas or JMU, you really don't have a home field advantage. That's just not a thing. Okay? So give me Sam Houston State plus 6.5 against MTSU. They will win this game outright. They might win by 10 plus. I'm seeing big bones here stacking up for me this weekend.
Okay. Whenever Charlotte wins outright, y'all are all screwed.
Yeah, Charlotte might win outright.
No,
we'll
Charlotte's
see.
not going to win outright.
Anywho, I'm really conflicted here. I wrote down 2 picks. I thought Dylan was going to take this pick that I'm thinking about taking. I still don't know. I'm gonna flip a coin.
It's such an interesting spot when you're going third and you have 3 picks and then nobody takes any of your picks.
All right, Elkins, I got you right here. You ready?
Yeah.
You got your heads and tails. Which team's which?
Yeah, but I know which one's heads and tails.
Flip a coin.
Tails.
Glad. Let's go. All right. It's a rivalry game. These are rare before rivalry week. Y'all already know what it is. It's the only rivalry game on the slate. It's two basketball blue bloods playing each other. And yeah, I think UNC. I think UNC is. They're in a spot where if they want to go bowling, they got to win this game, and they have an opportunity to beat their rival to add win number 5. I took Stanford against UNC the other week. Oh my gosh, UNC's not very good. Duke, probably a little bit better. They're getting 6.5 on the road though in this game, and I think UNC is going to at least bring enough people out to the game to make it loud and disrupt Duke just a little bit, maybe enough to win by 3. Who knows? They could win this game by 13 and get me right back in first place. So that's what I'm doing. I like a home underdog. UNC at home. Give me 'em.
I like it.
All right, we got an exciting one stacking up there. We're nearing the end of Good Boys.
So don't have a punishment.
Yeah, we need to come up with a punishment for UMAL for the
Yes.
NFL Ravens thing, and then let's hash it out a little bit here. Good Boys, it's got to be something dog themed, right?
I'd agree.
Yeah, I feel like I mean I had an idea where you just got to watch national championship in a dog cage.
See, I like that, but also like maybe like has to eat wet dog food or something. I mean, that's pretty
What
gross.
if I ran a half marathon dressed as a dog?
That's too healthy.
Some people would probably just get turned on by that.
Yeah.
We'll come up with it. We'll come up with it off air. We'll bring something to the table next week. This is a guarantee.
I feel like we've said this so many times.
I know. But let's look ahead to next week's slate. College football. Not
much to
great slate. I'll just come out and say this: Tennessee plays Florida at 7:30 at night. That's a loss for the Tennessee Volunteers. We're looking at an 8-4 season because we will beat Vanderbilt, but we haven't won there since 2003, I think, and we're not going to beat this Florida team. They're so scrappy, and it looks like we've given up on the season.
If I'm not mistaken,
last week's performance.
Well, I'm going to say, if I'm not mistaken, didn't you peg Tennessee at 8-4 this year, like coming into the season?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure that was your number.
Yeah, so I think I had them there.
You know, tip of the hat to you. Tip of the hat.
I've seen this team a lot. I know how the cookie's going to crumble every year, but
then Virginia Tech.
This is a fantastic. They're finalizing the deal right now with James Franklin to become the next head coach. This is, and I was talking about it with one of my buddies this weekend. This is the best hire Virginia Tech could have made for them in terms of who realistically they could have gotten to come coach there. What James Franklin's gonna bring to that program, the stability that it needs. I'm excited for him. I'm excited to see what happens. James Franklin is a great guy. Things did not shake out the best for him at Penn State, but I feel like this is a place, and we were talking about it a little bit before we started recording. This is definitely a place where he's going to be able to hit that 9-win, 10-win mark if he can build it right, because the ACC is just not that competitive top to bottom. It's a similar situation to the Big Ten, but now obviously when you have the Big Ten bringing in these West Coast schools, the Oregons and Indiana playing like they are, it's just a lot more difficult. So I think if anything, this is a downgrade in terms of what the job actually is for James Franklin, but in terms of fit, I would say it's an upgrade for him.
And I mean, I just want to throw something out there. What is Virginia Tech? Do they have any top 10 teams on the schedule next year? Because if they do, I would love, like, it would be comedy if he just wins every top 10 game that he plays at Virginia Tech.
Just like, inverse is what he did at Penn State.
Yes,
He loses to all the bad teams and then just start. And we just saw it at the end of the Penn State season. If they would have kept him hired, he would have just started winning top 10 games. Yeah.
And then I'm not gonna lie here. I think that one might sting a little bit for Auburn. There's haven't been any reports, but gotta assume, I feel like Auburn and Franklin would have been a fairly good fit.
Yeah.
Franklin just seems like the kind of guy that would bend over and, let the boosters do whatever he wants to him. So
yeah.
You're on a roll this episode.
I am.
man.
I'm trying.
Typical Auburn coach fashion.
Typical Auburn. I mean, that's what you got to do if you're the coach at Auburn. That and beat Alabama.
Yeah, good point, Dylan, on fit. I think it's a great fit for him there. An upgrade in that term. The overall job itself, I feel like he couldn't have aimed too high. So it's a good like lateral move. When you're fired, you can't really complain. But as far as being in a place where he's going to have an opportunity to get some reputation built back up, I think it's a good fit.
Well, and I mean, like, if you're looking at it from this, as a Virginia Tech fan, you've got to be over the moon right now. I mean, you just got a perennial, top 10 coach, honestly. Now, he hasn't been able to win the big games, but I mean, look at the big games he's had to play. I mean, we're talking Ohio State, we're talking Michigan, we're talking some elite teams over there in the Big Ten that he's not going to have to really run into in the ACC. I mean, the best you're going to see in the ACC right now is maybe Georgia Tech, maybe Miami, maybe Dabo gets Clemson back to some of their former glory. So
yeah, I want to see how well he can recruit because I will say Virginia high school football is slept on. If he can retain a lot of talent in the state of Virginia and then get some good Pennsylvania's got some good talent as well in there. That's sort of where I see Virginia Tech's main pipelines are, if we're talking college football recruiting. But it's true, if he can go get some of these Virginia kids, maybe sneak in to Georgia, get a good recruit here and there, Vatek could be on the map again with no time. It's very likely.
It could be
they'll
a
winning
year
games.
or 2 year. We could definitely just see them. It could be a quick. Everything lines up for them to turn this thing around quick.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
easily. And I mean, it's a great sports school. I mean, those students, those fans love their Hokies. I mean, they will pack this Lane Stadium, right? That's what they will pack Lane Stadium out. They will have Sandstorm blaring, or not Sandstorm, good God, Enter Sandman.
Sandstorm
Mondays.
Yeah, Mondays, am I right?
Mondays, am I right?
ATV
I
accidents.
Got a case of the Mondays. I need some friggin' lasagna, eh? That was my best Garfield impression.
That was
Thank
a
you.
good, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. No, but love to hire. Think Vodtech really hit a home run there. And only time will tell. I think this is one of those where Franklin might retire a Hokie.
It fits. Yeah,
it
just
does.
works.
Like,
It just
it's-
works. It just works. But
Oh.
yeah, not anything crazy aside from that. We got USC versus Oregon. I'd say that's probably the highlight.
Where's college game day?
I would assume there, if I had to guess.
Yep,
Yeah.
they're going back to
Yeah.
Oregon for that.
Wow.
Big playoff implications here for both teams.
Big.
Huge.
Really big.
Some would say
Oregon
the
can afford
biggest
to
game.
drop this game more than USC,
Oh,
but yeah, both big implications for both.
But to me, I think the biggest implication game of the week is coming at BYU. BYU and Cincinnati playing. It feels like one of those spots where BYU's playing a talented team. We know what happens when BYU plays talented teams. Start to slip a little bit. Little choke city. If Cincinnati gets this win, that is huge for the group of five, because that could be the difference between one or two group of five teams in the playoffs. Everything would have to line up for it, but I think if Cincinnati gets this win, that almost guarantees their playoff spot. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
I'd have to look, but I think
We'll know more
isn't
tomorrow.
James Madison more that we'll figure
More
it out.
ahead?
I'll have to
Yeah.
I
look
saw
at it.
James Madison had 52% chance, and they have a
Yeah.
weird game
Yeah.
ahead. They're playing a Pac-12 team.
A Pac-2 team?
Pac-2, yes. Washington State, yeah. I was thinking about them as a good boy. For the record, my other good boy, Mal. I'm glad you said Tails, or Siri said Tails,
Yeah.
because I was going to take Baylor again.
That would have been good. Then other than that, Georgia Tech Pitt. Interesting game.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech's been sputtering. Pitt just
Pitt
got
needs
their
to bounce
asses
back.
kicked. But that game didn't matter. Arduzzi just
Supposedly.
wants to beat Georgia Tech and beat Miami, and then they're in the ACC championships.
It's going to be interesting nonetheless.
As a Georgia fan, I do not want Georgia Tech to lose this football game, because that would be kind of detrimental for us next week. But at the end of the day, I do not want to see Georgia Tech in the playoffs. So kind of 6-7 here.
Win-win. A 6-7. Yeah, a 6-7. Any other closing remarks on college football this week?
Got a little hypothetical here.
Okay.
We're just going to go ahead and assume that Bama beats Auburn. We're not going to talk about this game. We'll get into that next week. But let's just assume Bama beats Auburn, okay? Then they drop the SEC championship game, bringing them to 10-3. Does a 10-2 Oklahoma team get in over Bama, assuming that Georgia, A&M, and Ole Miss all three get in as well? What
You got to give it Oklahoma. They won at Alabama.
But how? But if that's the case, it's strange, man. Or do they both get in? I mean, if Texas beats A&M, is Texas's resume good enough to get in if they beat Arkansas and beat A&M?
I think Texas got eliminated this weekend.
Yeah, I would agree with that sentiment. I think you start looking at losses, and that Florida loss just doesn't stack up well. I mean, Florida's a good team, but in terms of if we're going down the list, be like, who do we eliminate here? But then again, you have the Oklahoma who lost to Texas.
Yeah,
by like
exactly.
20.
It depends if the committee believes in the fashion of how you played in these games. I think they do now. Ole Miss could have won in Athens. Bama did win in Athens. There's another team that might have played well in Athens, but I don't think so. Texas did not play well in Athens.
Texas just looked like a lost puppy dog.
Ole Miss at least looked like they were going to win the game at one point.
And, I mean, that game, Ole Miss's offense is incredible. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But Georgia's defense has seemingly gotten a lot better, in my opinion. But, I mean, it's a weird scenario in the SEC right now. I mean, is there any scenario in which we get 6 teams in?
I would say not this year. I think most is going to be 5. I think that's absolute most. I mean, I think it's going to be Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss, Texas, A&M. Oklahoma?
I mean,
Oklahoma, maybe. That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying. Like, I think those 4 are pretty much a lock to get in, but Oklahoma.
Well, right now, your only 2 locks in the SEC are A&M and Georgia, I would assume. Because no matter what happens to Georgia here, I mean, Georgia could lose to Georgia Tech and still get into the playoffs. So
tomorrow will be very important, but I want to say a 10-2 Oklahoma team gets in the playoff.
But then, I mean, what happens? I mean,
10-2 Vandy, I think, gets in.
That's not going to happen, so you don't have to worry about it.
No, yeah. It's just, I mean, you've got A&M, Georgia, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Bama, Texas. I mean, those would have to be the 6 teams.
And then you're going to have Indiana, Ohio State, Oregon if they win this weekend.
Yeah, USC
Nah,
could possibly I don't think they beat Oregon, but that's another scenario.
Then you're gonna have your
that's an
group of
elimination
5.
game though for sure. Oregon, USC.
Yeah. Then you're only gonna have one ACC team.
Right. You can't. There's not any.
Yeah, I mean, there's no other. You're gonna have the ACC champion. So theoretically, I think the SEC could get 6 teams in. I mean,
Big 12 is
6,
just
7 group of 10.
Big 12 is just getting Texas
Tech. Yeah. I mean, barring something outlandish,
3
I don't think it's crazy to say that Texas, Alabama, Oklahoma, Ole Miss. I don't think it's crazy to say that they all backdoor their way into the playoffs.
Yeah,
which would
tomorrow will tell us a lot. Tomorrow will tell us a lot.
And the reason I bring this up is, could you imagine an SEC versus SEC playoff game on campus?
That would be insane.
Yes, like
especially if it's like a Georgia, Alabama, or if Texas and Oklahoma get in. If it's a Texas, Oklahoma.
Well, here's something else I want to bring up too. Right? Let's say Alabama beats Auburn, plays A&M in the SEC championship game. Let's say Alabama just goes out there and plays a complete game, crushes A&M. Does a 2-loss Bama team jump Georgia for that for the top 4 for the bye? There's a lot to think about. I mean, there's a lot. because the conference champions aren't guaranteed the top 4 anymore.
No.
So
you would think
it's
they would.
just
I don't know.
this
It's
is
crazy.
wild. It's gonna be a hell of a, playoff.
It's gonna be so much fun down the stretch. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be
probably
really,
good.
really fun.
It's got to be a little bit more fun too, just from a neutral standpoint. As a Vol fan, not trying to throw shade, but like just kind of watching for the love of the game.
But it would be way more awesome if my team was in the mix.
Yeah, that's true.
Because then it'd be like, oh, we get to play. Like us versus Bama in a playoff game would be awesome. Us versus Georgia in a playoff game would be awesome. We'd probably lose, but it'd be awesome. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's neutral mindset. It is fun, and I am looking forward to it. I can't wait to rot on my couch and just watch football. It's cold outside. Yeah. Oh yeah. Give it to me every day of the week. All right. All right.
Some hot cocoa.
Let's get into our Blurby Derby, where whoever wins gets 30 or a minute to talk about whatever they may like. So we have everything set up here. Let's look at our horses for today, lads. Ooh, a lot of red on my horse. I think my horse itself is a little tint of red. Some diamonds, mouse, some pink checkerboard, some blonde hair. Elkins, you got a funky one. Spotted horse was striped. Yeah.
Hi. Let's get right into it, baby.
3, 2, 1. And we're off. Neck and neck right now. I'm slightly in the lead. Elkins is all the way in the back. Mal's holding strong in the middle.
Are we playing Are You Smarter Than a Fifth? Oh, the ad went away. Did y'all see the Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader ad over there?
I did.
It's like first grade, second grade.
That was a throwback. Mal, you've taken the lead. I'm falling back to the back. Elkins is in second. I am all the way in the rear, and I'm going to make a run for it. Am I? 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 5. Here we go. Oh, yeah.
And
there
here
we go.
He comes.
There I go.
And it's GG's. Congratulations.
It's a little. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Das ist laut.
Is it a little too predictable at this point? I feel like it's always a come from behind win.
It might be, but no, we've seen somebody get out to a win.
And random.
I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. Okay, got it.
Start talking, babe.
Have you ever been in a point in your life where something exciting is really happening and you really want to appreciate it, but then you start thinking about how it could be better, but then you're like, I don't need to get ahead of myself. I just appreciate what I have. It's great. That's me with the playoffs. I know we were just talking about it. That's why it kind of reminded me of it. I'm super excited. I'm going to be a little Vol theorist here. If Tennessee rolls into the swamp and handles Florida, and if we get Vandy at home and we handle Vandy, and when I say handle, you got to win both these games by 20 plus, I would say. There is a possibility if things go awry for Texas, if things go awry for Oklahoma, that you see the Vols in the playoffs. We're going to get smoked. But crazy Vol fan, appreciate what you got. Appreciate the people in your lives. Be kind to everyone that you meet. You never know who needs it. Thank you for listening to the Pass Club Pod. We appreciate it. That is my minute. Yeah, I don't know. That was one of those I totally did not have anything ready for, and it just kind of sputtered. It's fun. That's the point of it. I think Blurby Derby, you just blabbering
you start talking.
You just start rolling. Yeah, thank you for listening so much to another episode of the Pass Club Pod. We appreciate it so much. While you're here, please follow us on all socials at Pass Club Pod everywhere, and subscribe and like if you're on YouTube. Helps us out tremendously. We get a lot of traction on the shorts. We need to get some traction on these episodes. So just subscribe to us. Come check us out. Have a laugh. Hang out with the lads. We appreciate you so much. Thank you, and we will see you next week.
Gunner for Heisman.
The Pass Club. The Pass Club. The Pass Club.